Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with another episode of Daily Free Picks. Alright, so yesterday we went 1-1. We had a special guest on the show, Sports Dave, over from Pick Monitor, and he ended up going 1-2. Still has a game going tomorrow morning, another soccer game for you guys. Very close on that Golden State game. They kept coming back, they kept getting close. Ultimately, though, I don't know if you guys watched the game. I did watch the game. It was ugly with turnovers. Anytime they get close, they turn the ball over, and Indiana, they hit some clutch shots. So, anyways, I really appreciated having him on the show. We'll definitely do that again. So yeah, we finished 1-1 yesterday, and before I get into today's picks, I just wanted to cover just a couple questions that some of you guys have sent me. I sometimes forget that not everyone is like a super experienced bettor. So I use a lot of terms on here that people don't necessarily get. So I just wanted to cover off quickly just a couple of those terms that I use. So the first one that I get asked about a lot is the word fade. When I use the word fade, all fade simply means is to bet the other way. So if you're going to fade the public, for example, fading the public means betting the other way, betting the opposite of whatever the public is betting. So whenever I use the word fade, that means that we're going the opposite way of that. So I hope that clears that up. The second question, I use the term a lot as well. It's ROI. So ROI, quite simply, is short form for return on investment. Now, I've said this before in videos that among professional sports bettors, ROI is much, much more important than win-loss record. And you see, the win-loss record everywhere. I mean, that's what kind of everyone shows. But, I mean, myself included, like I have my win-loss record up there. But ROI, guys, when you're tracking your numbers, it's much more important. And I'm going to explain the return on investment and exactly how that works. So to figure out your ROI, what you're ultimately figuring out is how much money you're making for every dollar bet. So let's use a 5% ROI or a 5% return on investment. What that ultimately means is if you have a 5% ROI, for every $100 that you wager in games, you could expect to return a $5 profit. So a 5% of your total amount bet. So if you had a negative 3% ROI, you could expect to lose $3 for every 100 bet. And a 0% ROI basically means if you bet $100, at the end of that $100, you're still going to have 100. So ultimately, that's what ROI means, and it is important to follow your ROI because a win-loss record doesn't exactly give you the full picture. There's a lot of pros that specialize on finding value on underdog money lines. Now, they might only have a 35-40% win rate, but they have a fantastic ROI, and that's why ROI is very important. So anyways, guys, before I got into it, I just wanted to kind of clear up some of the questions you guys had. But without further ado, guys, let's get into the picks. All right, guys, let's jump into the picks here today. So I have 6 picks for you guys today. And then above and beyond that, I have a fun little, I guess we'll call it a lean. It's not going to be an official pick for you guys, but it's a lean. So I do have two unit plays for you guys today. So 2 of the 6 plays are actually 2 unit plays. We have a really, really big full card in college basketball today. So I'm just going to jump right into it, guys. The first game is between Pittsburgh and Syracuse. So Pittsburgh-Syracuse game. This does fall into our super system. There's 4 solid indicators on this game. So our super system indicator as well as 3 other indicators. So in Pittsburgh-Syracuse, guys, we're going to go under 132.5. All right, so under 132.5. Second game, guys, we have Vanderbilt and South Carolina. So Vanderbilt, South Carolina, fairly even bet to money distribution. So 29% of bets are on Vanderbilt, but 30% of the money. So just a 1% difference there. But it's certainly contrarian early on. Very strong system indicators. So we have 5 system indicators in this. 3 of the system indicators are coming in right at or just below 60%. So really, really strong indicators in this game. So Vanderbilt, we are going to take as a 2-unit play in this game at plus 11.5. All right, so Vanderbilt, we're going to go plus 11.5 for 2 units in that game. Next game, we have, it's another super system play for you guys. So we have Portland State and Northern Arizona. So Portland State, Northern Arizona. Now again, there's a lot of value in this game. It's just gonna be a 1-unit play, but I would suggest, like, you know, if you're hunting for the best line, like, get this line in early, because I do expect this line not to last, just because I think there is a fair amount of value, and I think the sharps are going to jump on this. So right now, the line's sitting at 150. It's come down already from 150.5. So we're going to take the under in this game. So going under 150 in the game. But again, you know, don't wait around. I like the value here. So let's lock it in at 150. Next game, guys, another super system play for you guys. So we have Rutgers and Nebraska. So Rutgers, Nebraska, we are going to be going under 142.5. So under 142.5 in this game. All right, another game. So this is an interesting one. So Citadel and Furman. So here's a game where this does fall into our super system, but we've had some steam that's come in for the over. So this line, it opened up at 157.5, and now the line has gone to 159. So again, like I said, I rarely bet against steam, but in this particular game, I still saw value at 157, 157.5. I mean, that's the range kind of I'm expecting this game to open at, you know, 156 to 158. That was the range. So there's no surprise in the actual line, but to get that steam, like I said this before in the videos, on our super system plays, that's about the only time that I like to see steam, because we know that we have value there, and this just increases the value. I think in the last video where we had steam and we got more value, we ended up winning that game quite handily too. So the fact that the line went from 157.5 all the way up to 159 already gives us a lot more value. So we're going to be taking Citadel and Furman to go under 159. Now again, it will probably be a high scoring game, but I do expect this to be an under. So again, guys, under 159 in that game. All right, so next play, we have Pacific and Gonzaga. So Pacific and Gonzaga. Now, it's early on, so the money distribution will even out more. But every once in a while, a line gets put out there where it's off. And this is a line that's off, all right? So early money distribution in this game, guys, you have only 9% of bets on Pacific. So again, you see, you know, the public betting early on the ranked team, 9% of bets on Pacific, 40% of the money. So those 9% of the bets that have come in, they've been really big bets. And we really like to see that. Now, above and beyond that, guys, we have five system indicators in this game. So 5 system indicators. One of the really nice system indicators, and we have used this one in the past successfully on this channel, is when you have top 5 ranked seeds playing a conference game against teams coming off a big loss. So big loss being 14 to 45 points. So when you have a top five team like Gonzaga in this case, playing a conference game against an unranked team where that unranked team lost by 14 to 45 points, that wins 65.8% of the time. Very, very strong indicator. Now, the psychology behind this indicator is quite simple. You see a top-ranked team, so public loves top-ranked teams. Now, above and beyond that, you have a team here that basically got, you know, beat handily in the game before. When you talk about 14 to 45 points, it was an easy victory. So the public perception is here you have a top-ranked team playing against a team that had a very poor outing. So in this particular game, guys, we do have, like I said before, we have a 2-unit play. So a 2-unit play on Pacific in this game at plus 21.5. All right, so Pacific plus 21.5. I have a feeling the line's not going to move too much from where it is, because you're always going to get public money coming in on Gonzaga. So, there is a possibility, maybe we'll see 22, maybe we'll see 21. I don't think it's going to move too much more than that. But anyways, guys, so we're going to take Pacific in this game, another 2-unit play at plus 21.5. All right. Finally, guys, last thing to go through, and they're not picks. If you just wanted to throw just a few bucks down, if you're hockey fans, the NHL All-Star Game is going on, and it presents interesting opportunities. All right. So the two of the first games that go off, so they kind of play 2 games, and the winners of those games go on. But in the first 2 games, guys, they present opportunities in the All-Star Game where I've done very well in the past by simply betting the unders in this. The public loves to bet overs in the All-Star Game in hockey, and they're both contrarian plays. So just to lean on this, guys, I'm going to be throwing, it's not even going to be like a half unit from you, which is what I bet, but just like there's the small little bets on under in both games. Both lines are at 12.5. So we're going to under 12.5 in the first game, under 12.5 in the second game. Again, they're not official picks, but if you're looking to watch the All-Star Game in hockey, and you do want to find a little bit of an edge, that's a good way to do it. All right, guys, so thank you very much, and as always, have a very lucky day.